that can solve it. But if you just sit around and cry, then you'll be miserable and nothing will happen. You'll continue to be miserable. You will not be successful if you cry. You cannot achieve success if you are not successful within you. So the first step is to be in charge of yourself. Margaret Thatcher even goes further, she says poverty is a choice. I don't believe it's 100%. Of course there are people who live in a certain situation that they have no choice. But these people to me are either retarded or they have handicaps, etc. But if you are mature and healthy and ordinary smart or more, then it's your choice. It is really your choice. So the first step is this. And there are people who believe in superstition. There are people in Muslim world, some Muslims even here, they believe that if they failed, then it is the jinn who controls them, or somebody has did witchcraft for them or something. Some people in the West, they believe it's astrology or something. Come on, you're smarter than that. Please. Wallahi, I assure you, the jinn has nothing to do with it. Allah, they are very innocent. It is written in the Quran. It is said in the Quran, إنه ليس له سلطان على الذين آمنوا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. The jinn, Satan, has no control over those who believe in God. And even those who don't believe in God, he has no control over them. It is said in the Quran that Satan talks to the people of hell in the hereafter. وقال الشيطان لما قضي الأمر. When everything is over, Satan gives a speech to those in hellfire. And he says among his speech, وَمَا كَانَ لَيَّ عَلَيْكُمْ مِنْ سُلْطَانٍ. I have no control over you. إِلَّا أَنْ دَعَوْتُكُمْ فَاسْتَجَبْتُمْ لِي. I called upon you, you have answered. You followed me. So don't blame Satan, don't blame the jinn, don't blame superstition. Come on. We're all smarter than that. And don't blame your teachers. Don't blame the government. I'm excellent. It's the government that has screwed up. Come on, please. You're responsible for whatever happens to you. This is the essence of success. If you don't like your financial situation, it will not change until you do something. If you don't like your grade, it will not change until you do something. This is the general law in the Quran. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. God does not change the status of anyone until they change it themselves. So you have to do something about it. You have to do something about it. Of course, you pray. But prayer alone will not do it. A man came to the Prophet ﷺ and he left his camel untied at the entrance of the mosque. He said, "O Prophet of Allah, I totally rely on God to preserve my camel." He said, the Prophet ﷺ said to him, "Tie it and then rely on Allah." You tie it first. You study and then pray. If you pray, it will not make you successful. You have to do something about it. So this is the general law. It's a very important law. And this is the start of all of our story of success. Now, the second law here is then well known in general, but I will give you a very special equation that will change your opinion on this, I hope. Usually those who talk about motivation and success, they teach you this. Know your strengths and weaknesses, build upon your strengths, and try to fix your weaknesses. No, that will not work. It will not work. It is proven today that will not work. So let me give you another way of looking at this principle. Definitely, know your strengths and build everything around your strengths. But when it comes to your weaknesses, then it's a different equation. It's a totally different equation today. It is proven today that no matter how much you concentrate on your weaknesses, you will raise them to become average. You will not be excellent in the areas you were weak at. That is the general law. Of course there are exceptions. But in general, if you're weak in, say, finances, and you try to be outstanding in finances, the maximum you will reach usually is average. If you're weak in your memory, now if you take courses of memory, I've taken some of these, I've studied the results on these. It is proven today that the most outstanding courses in memory improvement will improve your current memory 20% only. So you will not have a super memory. It's like if your memory is 0, 20% added to that will be 0. It's like a man who went to the doctor. He said, "Doctor, I have a huge problem. I forget everything." So the doctor said, "When did this problem happen? When did it start?" I said, "What problem?" So if your memory is that bad, I hope not, and you try to improve it, then you will not be excellent. This is now proven. I've lived through it. And I'm giving you not theories. After training 60,000, after running 80 companies, let me summarize life to you. You're a young generation. And I say always you're a very lucky generation. Because in our generation, nobody talked to us about success formulas or leadership or innovation. We learned it the hard way. You're a very lucky generation. You're getting it fresh, ready, and at the start of your life, build upon it. So the general law here, definitely know your strengths and concentrate all your projects, all your achievements around your strengths. But when it comes to your weaknesses, the equation is different. What do? Find those who are strong in the areas you're weak, and surround yourself with them. It's a different law now. So, you're not very good with finances? Fine, you go and learn accounting for non-accountants, etc. But don't expect to be outstanding. So find somebody who's outstanding in that, and be part of a team. Be part of a team, do teamwork. And definitely, if you are a chairman of a society, or if you are a president of a company or in the future, remember this: don't hire people like you. Don't. See, there's a law here. If an employee always agrees with his or her boss, one of them is not needed. True? So what do I do to be successful here? I find people who will complement me in the areas that I'm weak in. So yes, try to improve your weaknesses, fine, but don't expect to be outstanding in these areas. The easier way to be successful is surround yourself with those who are strong in the areas you're weak. I can teach you these formulas. And maybe in the future, maybe we'll talk about life management or time management, etc. But every seminar, every book, and every lecture that we'll hear is worthless unless you have the willpower. And listen, nobody can give you the willpower. No one. It's only you. It is up to you. If you don't want it, nobody can put it in your heart. It's up to you. I am a professional trainer. Let me give you some statistics.